Next on AMC, Paul Newman stars as a lawyer who schemes his way to the top in The Young Philadelphians, featuring Barbara Rush and Alexis Smith. Next on AMC.
As a young, almost unknown actor, Paul Newman had the good fortune to sign a 5-year contract with Warner Brothers. They paid him $1,000 a week, over $50,000 a year. That was terrific money for a young man back in the mid-1950s. But it wasn't long before he became kind of unhappy with this deal. His fame was certainly growing, but his fortune was not growing. Warner Brothers really had the better part of the deal because they were lending him out to other studios for $75,000 per picture, which was almost twice what they were paying him for a whole year. But Paul Newman's problem wasn't just with money. It was the quality of the pictures they were giving him. He wanted to get out of his contract, or at least modify it in some ways, so that he could do some outside films and Broadway plays. The studio said yes to the Broadway play if he would first star in the movie we're about to see. And as a result, Paul Newman was able to star in Tennessee Williams' play, Sweet Bird of Youth, while Warner got a top star for their next picture. Here are Paul Newman and Barbara Rush in The Young Philadelphians. Brian Keith, who played Mike in this movie, is probably best remembered for his role in Family Affair. When he asked why he'd agreed to appear opposite unbelievably cute children in a series that wouldn't do all that much for him, he said, well, he saw it as a kind of tugboat with dollar signs attached to it. And I guess when you think of it, he was right. Further down the cast list, we had Robert Vaughn, who received an Academy Award nomination as Paul Newman's best friend. While many people remember him as Napoleon Solo on The Man from U.N.C.L.E., he's had a long and impressive dramatic career. He also holds, by the way, a Ph.D. from Los Angeles City College. Two other TV stars you might have noticed in this movie were Batman, Adam West, and Richard Deacon, who played Mel on the old Dick Van Dyke Show. Do you remember that? Now let's take a look at this.
Next on AMC, Ingrid Bergman falls in love with Charles Boyer in Louis Milestone's romantic World War II drama, Arch of Triumph. Next on AMC.
Presenting the brightest shining star of the Old West, America's first and favorite singing cowboy, Gene Autry.
I'm back in the saddle again.
American Movie Classics is proud to present a special collector's edition of Gene Autry's finest uncut full-length motion pictures, including the classics Down Mexico Way, Strawberry Roan, and South of the Border. 3 films that establish Gene Autry as America's favorite riding, roping, and singing movie star. Order this special collection now for only $54.95 by calling 1-800-AMC-3511. And you'll also receive AMC's exclusive 1-hour original production, Gene Autry Melody of the West. Hosted by Johnny Cash, this fascinating documentary provides an intimate look at the life and work of the legendary star. The Gene Autry video collection, a great gift idea, now available by special offer exclusively to AMC viewers and their families for only $54.95 plus shipping and handling. Call now and have your Visa or MasterCard ready.
Someday, a great warrior leader will rise among us.
A prophecy revealed.
I only hope to be eager in fighting the enemies of my people.
A heart burdened by destiny.
This is our country, the sacred land of our fathers. I will fight for it, and I will die for it.
Victor Mature, Susan Ball, and John Lund. Chief Crazy Horse. Friday on AMC.
A man who was raised among red devils to be a red devil.
John Russell is no stranger to injustice.
Have you ever eaten a dog, Mr. Russell?
Eaten one and lived like one.
But when people need help, will Russell be able to look beyond past wrongs and do what's right?
What am I permitted to take with me? Your life. How's that?
Paul Newman.
We all die, just a question of when.
Hombre, Friday on AMC.
The next time you tune in to WENN,
For the benefit of higher education, would you take off your clothes?
see how far the When Women will go for a good cause.
A girl like me, I need a man, and then some.
Mickey Rooney guest stars in a special episode.
And I want this show to be on Broadway.
I must give him my all. AMC's original series, Remember When. All new episode, Friday 10 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific.
It's time to play Remember When, Watch and Win, the game that could make you a star on AMC's Remember When.
Me?
You. Now, here's this week's Watch and Win question.
Another movie quiz,
What matinee idol sailed the China Seas, lived through a mutiny, and ended up in San Francisco?
Need a hint? Watch AMC's Remember When this Friday at 10 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific, and they'll give you the answer.
Oh, goody.
We've got to tell the others.
Then write down the answer and show date on a 3x5 card along with your name and address and send it to AMC's Remember When sweepstakes at this address. Or enter on the AMC website at www.amctv.com. The grand prize is a trip for two to New York City and a walk-on roll on AMC's Remember When.
The part is yours.
Other prizes include Remember When video sets and Radio Movie Classics double feature audio sets, where you can hear great stars and movie classics in your car.
Oh, man, this is one raffle I have to win.
AMC and Radio Spirits want to put you in the spotlight with the Remember When Watch and Win sweepstakes. Don't miss the next exciting feature at AMC's Drive-In Theater. A lethal weapon for world domination has been created by this sinister madman. They're bold, they're beautiful, and they've got some groovy moves. But just one kiss, and it's bye-bye, baby. Vincent Price, Fabian, Dr. Goldfoot, and the Girl Bombs. Friday at 10:30 Eastern, only at AMC's Drive-In Theater.
Hollywood has always had a fascination with the City of Lights. Read about how American movies learned to lighten up in Paris in the August issue of AMC magazine. And be sure to watch the AMC Loves Paris Festival in August for 4 of Hollywood's French-inspired best.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Clooney. You know, every issue of American Movie Classics magazine takes you inside Hollywood with behind-the-scenes stories of your favorite classic movies and profiles of the stars, complete with glorious color photographs, plus columns from me and from Bob Dorian. And with AMC Magazine, you'll get an in-depth guide to all the classic films and original productions you can find only here on AMC. It's a must for any classic movie fan. To order, call toll-free 1-888-AMC-4700 or send a check or money order for $12.95 to the address on your screen. It also makes a great gift. AMC Magazine, the insider's guide to classic movies.
Romance. It's something that we can never have too much of. So Romance Classics, the new network from AMC, wants to make sure you get your fair share with Sunday Romance Classics on AMC. Each week, you'll get to see your favorite romantic movies and original programming from the network that's the authority on romance. This week, style guru Colin Cowie shows you how to throw a very chic party on everyday elegance. Then, Romancing America travels to Philadelphia and explores its old world charm. Finally, real couples share their own romantic adventures on Real Romance, Sunday Romance Classics at 4 p.m. Eastern, only on AMC.
This week on AMC's Saturday Classics, the Frank Capra hero was a special breed. Amiable, loving, but always slightly flawed. Imperfection was Capra's key to bringing the star off the screen and into our hearts. And only Capra could take the chairman of the board and make us feel like we knew him personally. Frank Sinatra stars in Frank Capra's A Hole in the Head this week at 6 Eastern, only on AMC's Saturday Classics.
AMC, a dedicated leader in film preservation, celebrates its 6th annual Film Preservation Festival by inviting you to make a date with America's sweetheart.
What's going on?
The Doris Day Video Collection, featuring the Academy Award-winning romantic romp, pillow talk.
I'm warning you, you put me down on scratch. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Good morning.
The stylishly sophisticated love story, That Touch of Mink.
I've never been offered a sitting before.
And the delightful family affair, Please Don't Eat the Daisies.
I'm thirsty.
Call 1-800-AMC-3360 today. For only $45.99, you'll see Doris with Rock, Doris with Carrie, and Doris with David.
I beg your pardon.
Our movies are rapidly deteriorating. Please help us save them. Net proceeds benefit the Film Foundation to preserve our film heritage.
I was having a rendezvous with Rock Hudson.
Call 1-800-AMC-3360 and order the Doris Day Video Collection today.
Next on AMC, Ingrid Bergman falls in love with Charles Boyer in Louis Milestone's romantic World War II drama, Arch of Triumph. Next on AMC.
Charles Boyer was very flattered when the producer David Lewis asked him to star in the movie we're going to see. It's Arch of Triumph, because the main character is described as having the dash of Laurence Olivier and the courage of Humphrey Bogart and the introspection of Spencer Tracy, a combination that would delight any actor. But there was one problem. As a loyal Frenchman, Charles Boyer could never portray a German, no matter how good the character might be, so the script was rewritten for him. And the character became a man who called himself Czechoslovakian, but could easily have been hiding his German origins. Still, Charles Boyer was undecided. And then David Lewis told him the one thing that made him accept the role. Ingrid Bergman, Charles Boyer's co-star in Gaslight, had already signed on to be the leading lady. Well, that was all Charles Boyer needed, and he agreed to do the picture. What he did not know was that Lewis had told Ingrid Bergman that Charles Boyer had already signed on to the picture. She only agreed because she thought he had already committed himself. For Charles Boyer and Ingrid Bergman, once again, Arch of Triumph.